Sports and Indigenous Communities, Preserving Cultural Identity. Sports and Indigenous Communities, Preserving Cultural Identity. Sports have always held a special place in societies around the world. The role of sports in Indigenous communities. Indigenous communities, with their rich histories and diverse traditions, have found a powerful avenue for cultural expression through sports. For centuries, various traditional games and activities have been an integral part of Indigenous life. These activities were not just about physical exertion, they were deeply intertwined with spirituality, social cohesion, and the transmission of cultural knowledge. In many Indigenous cultures, sports were used as a way to connect with the land and the environment. Games often mimicked natural phenomena, such as animal movements or weather patterns, and served as a means of teaching valuable lessons about survival, cooperation, and respect for nature. These traditional sports were more than just pastimes, they were a way of life, deeply rooted in the cultural fabric of the community. Challenges to cultural preservation. The imposition of Western values and practices often led to the suppression of traditional sports and activities, as well as a disconnection from the ancestral knowledge that accompanied them. In many cases, Indigenous sports were banned or discouraged by colonial authorities who failed to recognize their cultural importance. This resulted in a loss of cultural heritage, as younger generations were denied the opportunity to learn and engage in these activities. As a result, Indigenous communities faced the risk of losing a vital link to their history and cultural identity. Revival of traditional sports. In recent decades, there has been a notable resurgence of interest in traditional Indigenous sports and activities. Many Indigenous communities are actively working to revive these practices and reintegrate them into their daily lives. This revival is more than just a return to pastimes, it is a powerful act of cultural reclamation and resilience. Efforts to revive traditional sports often involve collaboration between elders, community leaders, and youth. Elders, who hold invaluable knowledge about these activities, play a crucial role in passing down techniques, rules, and the spiritual significance behind each sport. This intergenerational exchange not only strengthens community bonds but also ensures the transmission of cultural heritage to younger generations. Connecting past and present. One of the most remarkable aspects of the resurgence of Indigenous sports is the bridge it creates between past and present. As communities engage in these traditional activities, they are not simply reliving history, they are breathing life into ancient traditions, infusing them with contemporary relevance. Traditional sports often adapt to modern circumstances while retaining their core cultural elements. This blending of old and new helps to ensure that cultural practices remain dynamic and adaptable, resonating with present-day Indigenous youth. Fostering cultural pride and identity. The resurgence of traditional sports has had a profound impact on the cultural pride and identity of Indigenous communities. As individuals participate in these activities, they develop a deeper connection to their roots, fostering a sense of belonging and self-worth. This, in turn, contributes to improved mental and emotional well-being, as individuals draw strength from their cultural heritage. Moreover, the reintegration of traditional sports has been shown to positively impact other aspects of community life. Increased participation in these activities often leads to improved physical health, as well as a reduction in social issues such as substance abuse and juvenile delinquency. By providing a positive outlet for energy and fostering a sense of purpose, traditional sports contribute to the overall well-being of Indigenous communities. A platform for cultural exchange. In addition to preserving cultural identity within Indigenous communities, traditional sports also offer a platform for cross-cultural exchange and understanding. These gatherings not only strengthen the bonds between Indigenous groups but also allow for broader societal appreciation and recognition of Indigenous cultures. Safeguarding the future. While the revival of traditional sports in Indigenous communities is undoubtedly a positive step, it is important to recognize that challenges remain. Continued efforts are needed to ensure that these practices are not only revived but also sustained for future generations. This involves ongoing support from governments, educational institutions, and society at large to create an environment where Indigenous cultures and traditions are valued and respected. Education plays a critical role in this process. Integrating Indigenous sports and cultural teachings into school curricula can help raise awareness and appreciation among younger generations. By understanding the historical and cultural significance of these activities, students are more likely to become advocates for their preservation. Conclusion. Sports have transcended mere physical activity to become a powerful tool for preserving cultural identity within Indigenous communities. As these communities strive to reconnect with their roots and reclaim their heritage, traditional sports serve as a beacon of cultural resilience and pride. By reviving and celebrating these practices, Indigenous communities are not only preserving their past but also paving the way for a vibrant and culturally rich future. Preserving cultural identity through collaboration. Collaboration and partnership play a pivotal role in the ongoing efforts to preserve the cultural identity of Indigenous communities through traditional sports. Governments, non-governmental organizations, educational institutions, and the broader society all have a role to play in supporting these initiatives. Government support is crucial in providing resources, funding, and legal recognition for the revival of traditional sports. Policies that acknowledge the significance of Indigenous sports and provide avenues for their practice can go a long way in ensuring their preservation. Additionally, the establishment of cultural centers, sports facilities, and community programs can provide spaces for Indigenous youth to learn and engage in these activities. Non-governmental organizations, NGOs, often play a vital role in facilitating cultural preservation initiatives. Many NGOs work directly with Indigenous communities to develop programs, workshops, and events centered around traditional sports. These organizations often have the expertise and resources to help communities overcome challenges and amplify their efforts on a broader scale. Educational institutions hold a unique position in the preservation of cultural identity. Integrating Indigenous knowledge and practices into curricula not only raises awareness but also helps create a sense of respect and understanding among students from all backgrounds. By teaching about the history, significance, and techniques of traditional sports, these institutions contribute to the perpetuation of cultural heritage.